Okay, cool. Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Warrior Nation team call. Today's Tuesday, August 4th. And we are here with someone I'm super excited was able to spend some time with us tonight, Rose Smith. Or are you going by Kumuto Smith?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to call me.
Fair enough. Who is going to be speaking to us about how to invite people to the Beachbody business. Just really quick couple of administrative things. Sending so much love out to Emily Connor as you've been walking through this process. Like, we've got you, your whole team is thinking of you, and just sending you so much love. And a huge congratulations to Kara. It's August 4th at Success Club 10. Like, rock star, way to go. So happy to have you join our team and to be paying for the love. That's just absolutely amazing. As you guys know, Team Cup for August is still going on. It's a perfect opportunity to work with your team and your smaller networks and really think outside of your comfort zone and just, get that extra additional as usual support and really just go out there and invite. It's an amazing time to do it. And we have size on sale and 21-day fixes on sale still, I think, until the 10th. So that's quick administrative things. And Rose, thank you so much for being here and for spending some time with us. I know you have a lot of awesome information, but first, if you could just share with us a little bit about who you are and what brought you to Beachbody.
Sure. So I started about 2.5 years ago. My full-time job, which will soon not be my full-time job, Beachbody will, but I'm actually an athletic trainer, so I work at a high school, and I'm kind of like a physical therapist, but just strictly for the athletes at the school. So after college and, I got that full-time job, I kind of just got myself in a stagnant kind of place. I wasn't really shooting for any goals. I was kind of just in the funk of everyday life. And I was just eating like crap. I got my own little condo, and I was just not taking care of myself just because I didn't have any drive. I just wasn't really happy where I was. So I was at a Super Bowl party with a bunch of friends, and at Super Bowl, there's a bunch of wings and those pretzels you dip in the chocolate and the cheese, all that crap. So I ate it, and my stomach felt horrible. I was literally sick to my stomach because of all the stuff that I ate. And then I was I hope I don't look as big as I feel. But I sat down in one of those bar stools, and yeah, I had that muffin top, and I'm like, wow. That was for me to feel I always kind of felt bloated and all that, yucky. But for me to actually see it and know that other people are looking at me, it was just a big aha moment that, okay, something needs to give, because I can't, at that moment I wanted to run and hide, out the door. And this was I was with my boyfriend, my husband at the time, and all of our friends. And I'm if I'm embarrassed being around all of these people, that means that something, I need to make a change. So that's when my brother told me about Insanity. It was a workout program that you do at home. So I did that. I actually got it off of Amazon, which is a big Beachbody no-no, because I didn't get any help. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a challenge group, nothing. I kind of just did it all by myself in my little condo, 5x5, living room on the second story. And I just kind of went for it because I just didn't want to feel like I was feeling anymore. So after the 30 or 60 days, it's a 2-month program, I actually lost 30 pounds. And, coming kind of from the health and fitness realm, I was I never believed that you could actually be in the best shape of your life from doing a workout DVD. And I knew all the ins and outs, obviously, of athleticism and fitness. So for me to actually get those results, I was there's something to this. This is something huge. So I finally went on to beachbody.com, and I logged in because I wanted a free coach. Because I wanted to know, what else could I do to just kind of continue what I was doing? Because there's no way I was letting myself put 30 pounds back on, because I was a huge yo-yo dieter ever since high school. I took everything that ephedra. Remember that ephedra stuff that would make your heart jump out of your chest? I took that stuff. I did all that stuff. And yeah, of course you would have that loss of weight, but once you stopped it, you would gain it right back. So obviously I was not letting 30 pounds go right back on me. So I got my free coach, and her name was Lisa Hansen. And she got me on the phone, and she was like, oh, hey, like, how you doing? Like, how can I help you? And I was like, hey, you know, I just want to find another workout program so I can kind of continue what I'm doing. And she's like, oh, yeah, like, there's this Turbo Fire I think you'd really like. I'm like, okay, great. Like, yeah, I'll do that. She's like, how about you become a coach? And I'm like, coach? I'm like, what? I'm like, what does that mean? And I actually did look at it when I first went to the website, because I'm like, I kind of like that. I kind of like helping people. But I was a very shy person. Never in a million years did I ever think I'd have a team. Never in a million years did I ever think I'd be doing webinars. But something in the back of my mind told me that there was something bigger I was supposed to do with my life. There was something more than just sitting and waiting for, you know, Sunday to come. Because that's the only day as an athletic trainer I had off. All I had was Sunday. I had like football games and all that stuff on Saturday. So I was always looking forward to Sunday. And that was it. That's what I planned my life around, was making sure like Sunday was going to be awesome and then having the rest of the week suck. So I knew I needed a way out. And I felt like, you know what, like this kind of just came at the right time. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, if the worst thing that happens is that I just get healthy and fit, all right, cool. Even if I don't make $1 million in this, as long as I get healthy and fit, I'll take it. So I was like, you know what? Sign me up. So I signed up as a coach, and I kind of jumped right in. Definitely in the beginning, I was very, just very hesitant because of myself. I just didn't have that belief in me, in myself yet. I was still, you know, kind of like the shy, awkward kind of person. But I think once I just kind of did things and you know, I just went step by step and kept kind of, you know, climbing that mountain. And then I think finally right now, not that I'm on the mountain, because I don't think you're ever done, but I think, you know, now I just have, you know, a great business. I have an awesome, amazing team. I'm going to be leaving my full-time job in hopefully October, November. We're buying a brand new spanking house, you know, by the beach, and that's what we always wanted. I mean, it's crazy even like saying this, because I never knew this could happen in 2.5 years. Like, I knew from Lisa that like this business is awesome, but when it really happens for yourself, it's like, holy cow. So that's a little bit background, my little story of how I got into this. Joanna, you want me to just kind of keep on rolling? Cool. So Joanna asked me on how to share the business opportunity and how to invite people to this whole crazy thing. I'm probably going to take a little bit of a step behind, because you really need, you know, to start with you, because anybody can invite anybody to anything. You can invite somebody to a party, you know, but unless you are showing up at that party, no one's going to want to join you. So you don't want to be inviting somebody to a party and they knock on the door and nobody answers. Nobody wants to be at that party if you're not even showing up yourself. So that's what I'm going to kind of go over in the beginning, is that you need to show up to your own business first in order for people to want to join you, to see like, oh, that's something awesome Joanna is talking about. I think I want to be a part of that. So you have to lead by example. You have to be that coach that you want others to be attracted to first. So you have to ask yourself those simple questions. You know, are you doing the 3 vital behaviors? Are you doing your personal development? Are you doing the BAT, the business activity tracker? Are you being involved in the team calls? Obviously, the people who are on this, you are. But it's all about being that coach that you're going to attract those high-level successful coaches in the first place. And I think really what goes on top of that, those 3 vital behaviors, and I'm sure you guys have heard this a million times, but personal development is absolutely key, because you have to want to get better. Not just for your business, but honestly for yourself. Like, I was living the status quo at the age of 28, like, oh, okay, I got my college degree, I have my full-time job, I have the man I want to marry, and now I'm just gonna kind of like live my life, waiting until I'm 65 and hoping to get a pension plan at the end. And that just didn't sit well with me. I knew there was, something else that I needed to be doing with my life. So personal development, I actually started personal development before I became a coach. And that's why I feel like Beachbody came at the right time. I'm a huge QVC person. So I don't know, I could like watch that all day long. But Tony Robbins was on. And I heard my mom talk about him before. And I just thought he was like a kooky person. I'm like, personal development, who needs that quacky stuff? But I was listening to him on QVC. I was like, you know what? Like the stuff he's talking about, like that's what I want for my life. Because he had like, people come on and talk about how it changed them and all of that. And I was like, I want that. I'm like, is this stuff for real? I was like, you know what? Kind of like the same thought process I had when I became a coach. I'm like, you know what? If I buy this and like I get, a little inkling better, I, have some goals in my life that I achieve, okay, it's worth it. So I just went for it. I got it. It was like DVDs. And at the time I had like an hour commute to work. So, I would listen to them every single day. He had me like write, we had like a notebook. I'm trying to think if I even have it next to me, but I still have it. It's like this whole workbook that I did, and I had to like actually write out goals. And that was the first time in my entire life that I actually wrote down what I wanted to happen in the future. Like I never had that before. And I think that really helped me with Beachbody, with just having somewhere that I needed to land. So I actually had on there, like, I wanted to find something, like another job to do, like something else besides athletic training. I didn't know what it was at that point, but at least I knew I needed to do something else. So that kind of got me all started on the personal development. And then, Lisa invited me to the business opportunity, and it was perfect. I said yes, obviously. So, doing that personal development is going to put you on that path to getting better. So, the GoPro, I mean, if you guys obviously haven't listened to that, please go and listen to it. I found a really cool app, or I didn't find it, one of my teammates did. It's called SoundCloud. And you can get a ton of free personal development on there. You can get GoPro, you can get the compound effect. But GoPro, honestly, is really going to be, and it was a complete game changer for me when I actually read it. I think it was maybe 6 months into me being a coach is when I read GoPro. And he really just lays it out, like right there for you. Like, do these steps, and if you follow it, you'll be successful. And that's honestly what I like, especially like inviting to my challenge groups. Like I used his, talking to them, making sure that I'm getting their why, making sure I'm getting their information, asking them, if I sent you a video, would you be able to watch it? Yes. When would you be able to watch it? 8 o'clock. Great. So on Friday morning, 9 p.m. or 9 a.m., I can call you up and answer any of your questions and see how this will fit for you. Yes. And that honestly still works for me today. And I know people get scared about getting on the phone, or they get scared about using a script, but it's honestly going to help your customer, your challenger, know what they need too. So it's not only beneficial for you, it's really going to help your challenger see that you really do care about them and that you really want what is best for them. And getting them on the phone, if you're not doing that, you just kind of have to bite the bullet on that and just step up and do it. It really changed my business too. So GoPro, like you have to do that for personal development. I also like to say, like, there's a fourth vital behavior with Beachbody. So you have, invite, prove the product works, personal development, and sharing. You have to share all of that. If you do all three of those things and you don't share it and you don't let anybody know that you're doing those things and you're like a closet Beachbody coach, how the heck is anyone supposed to know what you're doing? They're not. So you have to make sure that you're showing people that you're growing, that you're showing people that you're doing the Beachbody workouts, that you're showing people that you're, that you have a clean eating group that's coming up. You have to be vocal about that stuff on Facebook, and that's kind of like the next thing I'm going to get into on how you want to present yourself on social media, so that when you do invite coaches, when you do invite people to the business opportunity, they're going to say yes, because they're going to say, I've been watching you this whole time, and yeah, like, your life has completely changed in a year. Like, I see you posting all the time, and that really cracks me up, is when I finally like start talking to people and they're like, yeah, you're on my news feed all the time. Like, I watch you all the time. And it like still takes me back to, I'm still like blown away, even like I've heard it so many times. I'm like, really? You listen to me? But I do it in a way that people aren't like, ugh, she's one of those like yucky sales people. No, I'm just sharing my life. I'm sharing what I'm doing. I share what I love. I share what I'm doing with my husband. I share, I love cooking and all that fun stuff. I share that I'm doing that. I love, working with my team. Like, I did a post today about me, being able to work out. Like, I worked out outside, not actually worked out, but was doing my work outside, and did a post about that. So I'm showing people that I am growing this business and I'm having fun doing it. Did I say, please become a Beachbody coach right now because it's just awesome? No, I didn't say that. I was just showing people my life and sharing with them, like, this is what I'm doing. That way, when I do invite them, when I do send them like a business opportunity webinar invite, they're like, yeah, I think I might want to do that. So social media. When you're on social media, if you're being a bummer, if you're being a negative Nancy, who wants to join a negative Nancy? Nobody. I don't. So when you're posting on social media, obviously, it doesn't always have to be, right? Andrea, can you mute yourself? Sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm trying to, and it just, it won't work. What was I saying? Oh yeah, being a negative Nancy on social media. You don't want to, you're always going to have those bad days. It's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. But you can say, like, yeah, like, I had a bad day or something went wrong, and have like a learning experience at the end of that. So, you do want to be real with people. You do want to be sharing good things, but of course, sharing those bad times too, but always having a positive spin on it of like, what did you learn from something bad at work happening to you or whatever. Actually, my best friend, who is my maid of honor, she just became a CPA, and like, it took her forever because like those tests are crazy hard. And she's absolutely miserable. And we had a graduation party for her last weekend. She's like, yeah, I got my CPA. And then literally that Monday, she's on Facebook complaining about how much she hates her job. And I'm like, I don't get it. You just spent like $10,000 on this party for you, but you hate what you do, and you're sharing that on. I mean, obviously she's not a Beachbody coach, but I'm like, people look at that, and I feel bad for her. There would be no way I would want to be an accountant. So you just want to be, make sure that you're putting your best self out there. You want to be showing the highlight reel of your life. And if you have something that bad that happened to you, just kind of put that positive spin on it. So if you're not like sharing each and every way you are growing as an individual, you're not going to be able to attract those people. So even like listening to personal development, I do this a lot. If like something clicks in my mind, I'll just write that like little blurb down. Or if I'm in my car, I'll like say it on my notes section. That way I don't have to type. And then I'll look at it later, and I'll think of a post I can write about that, and how I can put that into terms on my life and share that with people, so that people can see that I'm growing. And people are attracted to that. Like, people want to be a part of something bigger. People, always, like, the past week I had, two new business builders sign up, and they feel exactly how I'm feeling, how I felt with my full-time job, and that they feel like there's something else out there, that they just feel stuck and they feel stagnant. but they can see how over a year, and both of them, they've both been watching me for like a year, and they've seen how I've been growing and how this is changing our life. So you have to share that. And like I said before, be the coach that you want to be. If you want an A+ rock star coach coming onto your team, ask yourself, are you being that A+ rock star coach? You know, you have to ask yourself those tough questions. And even, you know, ask your upline, say, hey, listen, I really want to attract some really great coaches. What do I need to work on? Because you're going to have to get real and get to that that criticism. That's good, though, you know, that you know the next step for you to take in your own business, so you can attract those awesome coaches. And when you start, you know, really kind of turning your business around and start growing and doing personal development, brag about it. Brag about, you know, that you became Emerald. Brag about those little milestones. You know, I didn't get here over a day, over a week. It took me 2.5 years to get to that point. So you have to share those little moments and brag about, you know, how great your team is doing. Brag about you were able to pay your car payment for the month with your Beachbody paycheck. And don't think it's bad about bragging when you do it the right way. When you do it to inspire, uplift, and motivate people, it's great. But you have to do it. You have to just step out there. And that's what I see these top coaches are doing. You know, if you're looking at their newsfeed, and I still do that, I look, and they're just kind of giving themselves a pat on the back and sharing that with people. And that is completely okay. Because if you don't do it for yourself, no one else is going to do it. So if nobody else does it, how are other people going to know that you're being successful? So even if you just have a team of one person underneath of you or whatever, acknowledge that person. Acknowledge whenever they hit a milestone, if they hit Success Club, or if they, you know, help somebody lose 15 pounds. Share that stuff, even in your challenge groups. And I don't see enough coaches doing this. Share this when somebody in your challenge group has like a huge aha moment. And you don't have to put their name. You can just say, oh my God, today was amazing. I got this great message from one of my challengers. And you can put the blurb, you know, of what they said. That really, people watch that stuff, and it's not being salesy or icky. And it's a great way to just motivate people. I just have little notes that I'm going over. So, you know, doing the PD, going to events, Super Saturdays. If you didn't go to the last one, why not? They're just so simple to go to, and you just meet so many other people out there in the network. The next one's October 17th. I always tell my coaches, like every single week, I'm like, October 17th is the next one. Make sure you have it on your calendar. If you don't have it on your calendar yet, get it on your calendar. I also love listening to Shailene Johnson. If you don't listen to her podcast, it's free. It's freaking awesome. She has a lot of other people that she has on there, and they also have podcasts. So you consistently can have free personal development. There's no reason that you can't do it when you're driving to grocery shop or wherever you're going. You can always improve yourself, whatever you're doing. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just reading what I have. Oh yeah, so I also wanted to talk about when you go to events, like when I went to Summit, I posted obviously consistently about me being there, and that attracted people to me. People are like, I want to travel, I want to do those things. And it wasn't me being icky or salesy, but it was just showing people that I'm a coach and what you do as a coach. You have fun. You go to Nashville and you do all these cool things. You go to the stadium, they give you fireworks and all this crazy stuff. You just need to be showing people that in order to make sure that you're attracting those right people. And even attracting people, you know, getting in like the best shape of your life. even if you're not there yet, you can, really talk about that kind of stuff. I know it's hard to get out of your own way, but really, people are going to be able to connect with you if you can share those kinds of things with people. So like attract likes, you want to attract, obviously you want to attract you. And I think that was really key for me. I forget who I heard that from, but I'm not trying to attract a mom because I'm not a mom. I'm not trying to attract all these other different people. Who am I trying to attract? If you have a problem thinking what people you want to attract, ask yourself who you are. What do you like to do? What qualities do you have? If you feel like you're too shy or you're kind of still scared about the business, you need to do a lot more personal development because that's the type of people you're going to attract. So once you start using that personal development and growing and becoming that more outgoing, positive person, then you're going to attract those more positive, outgoing people. So, if you're looking in the mirror and you're not seeing what you like, then you got to just change it. And anyone can do that with personal development. Duplication is absolutely key in this business. So when you're looking at yourself and asking yourself in the mirror, that's the person you're duplicating. So if you're not a consistent coach, if you're a willy-nilly coach, guess what you're going to attract? Willy-nilly coaches. Nobody wants willy-nilly coaches. They're not any fun to work with. They're not going to have any fun because they're willy-nilly. They're not going to be as successful. They're not going to grow their business as fast. So make sure that, you're duplicating exactly what you want in your business. If you want coaches that, start Coach Basics and are there and show up every single day, are you showing up every single day? Do you want coaches that sign up 3 coaches per month? Do you sign up 3 coaches per month? And also, obviously, duplication is key in our business just because the systems that we have in place, here you go. You use this and go off and you can do it on your own because I used that same system and was very successful. So if you show that and you share that with people that have that same mindset, they're going to take that and run with it too. That way you're not getting those coaches that come in and they kind of are all over the place. If you're focused and you're like, okay, this is what you have to do, go and do it, they'll say, okay, great, because they saw that you did it because they were watching you the whole time on social media. So your non-negotiables, obviously, you have to hit Success Club. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. You just have to hit it. When they changed Success Club to only being Success Club 10, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, I have to hit Success Club 10 to get the free Shakeology leads? I was like, holy crap. I doubted myself. And that was stupid because you know what? I told myself, you know what? I don't care because there's no way I'm not getting those Shakeology leads because those Shakeology leads are huge. You have to get those people. And you know what? Ever since that happened, I hit Success Club 10 every single month. Why? Because I changed my mindset. I told myself I didn't keep that block on my way of getting up. I didn't say, oh, Success Club 5, I'm stopping. I said, no. Success Club 10, that has to be here, and I'm going that way. And I mean, honestly, I think I've hit like Success Club 15 in mine and like 5 in Dave's. Like I'm always hitting my mark because my mindset is, I know I can do it. No ifs, ands, or buts. And then just be the example of what you are setting. If you hit Success Club 5 or 10 or 15, I bet you a lot of your coaches are going to start hitting the same thing. And that's kind of what I started seeing in our team. Once I started getting those huge numbers, I have people surpassing me. I'm like, oh crap, I need to like bump it up here. But it's really cool because, speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. So they're going to follow exactly what you're doing. with following, you must build a following on social media. If you are doing all of this, so you're doing all the right things, you're sharing it, but if you don't have anyone looking at you, then you're it's falling on deaf ears. So, simple things, add those 5 people on Facebook per day. They don't have to be your best friends from high school, but hey, if you went to high school with them, you can definitely be friends with them on Facebook. So simply, I built my whole business on Facebook. I haven't dove into Instagram or anything else yet. I just focused on Facebook, and that was it, and built a following on that. Did I go through my warm market? I don't think so. I still have people from high school coming up. I still have people that I met on vacation last year. Still, I don't know if you call them my warm market anymore, but they became my warm market because they have seen me on Facebook for a whole year, watching me. So make sure that you have that following. So, you have to just kind of prove yourself to those people. That way, when you do go out and message them, they already know, okay, Rose is the real deal. She already does all of this, and I already believe her. So once you are consistent with sharing, now comes the actual inviting, the whole reason behind this call. But I had to get all that other sharing stuff. That has to come first. If you don't do that, you can invite all you want, and all you're going to get is no's, and then all you're going to get is willy-nilly coaches. So after you're being consistent, sharing all that awesome stuff that you're doing, building, what has worked for me has been just doing my webinar. Like I said before, even if you just have one coach underneath of you, there's no reason you can't do a webinar. Beachbody gives us the whole thing right in the Coach Online office. I'm not exactly sure where they have it, but I'm sure Joanna, I can pull it up. But it's right there. All I did was literally put my picture in the webinar. I think I put in some of my my checking, information, not my checking account information, but my paychecks. So people can see month 1, I didn't make $2,000 in a week. I probably made $20. But in 6 months, I made $100 per week. And then in a year, I was making $200 per week. I think for me, it was just a great way of showing people how to build this, how I built it. And it didn't take all day long. It was, I try and keep it at 30 minutes, but I get really excited. So it's probably 45 minutes. And people come and they watch it. And they come to the webinar because I'm sharing all that stuff on social media, and they trust me. And they know that this is something that's for real. So when I'm going to invite them, all I do is I go through my friend list. I do an event invite just like you were to do for a challenge group. I do it for my webinar. I look through my friends list and I say, who do I want on my team? Because I don't want everybody on my team. I don't want yucky, negative people on my team. No way. I want positive, uplifting people that I know are going to be an asset to our team. So I scroll through my Facebook list and I pick certain people. It's definitely not everybody, like my challenge group. Challenge group, I kind of say, there you go, everyone who wants to join can join. But when I send them the invite, I'm still shocked, oh, yes, yeah, that person, they want to do it. And then I send them a message and I say, hey, are you interested in becoming a coach? I saw that you're going to join our webinar. And they're like, yeah, I've been watching you for so long. And I'm like, oh, that's great. So I think it's just a great way, instead of kind of just what do you call that? Fishing for people and just kind of throwing out messages hey, do you want to join my team? Do you want to join my team? It's kind of I'm doing that, but in a different way that I feel that really works a lot better. Have I just personally messaged people and asked them, if they want to be a Beachbody coach, or have they been thinking about it? Sure. I think I'm 50% successful, but at least I kind of get the ball rolling with them. But I just think the business webinar has really kind of just blown my team up, because I can also invite everyone else from my team. They can invite all their people too. So it's not everyone's doing all of this work. I'm just doing a webinar. I do it one time per month. I do it at the end of the month. That way it kind of helps people get any Success Club points that they need, like, so for, I had it last week for July in case people needed to get those points in, they already, they kind of have like a backup plan, so to speak. And now a lot of my coaches already are hitting Success Club, it's August 4th, and they're already there because of people that watch the webinar. So when you're inviting people, just be real and just be open and honest. And I think, especially like if there's new coaches on the call right now, if you just are honest with people and say, hey, like, especially like with your close friends and stuff, hey, like, I'm completely new at this. I have no idea what I'm doing yet, but it's a lot of fun. And I think it would be great if we could just do this together and kind of see what happens and see what they say. They might say, you're crazy. They might say, heck yeah, I want to do this with you. You're my best friend. Like, yeah, I definitely want to jump in and see what happens. I've had a couple coaches do that, and especially in the beginning, it was a great way of just kind of like breaking the ice with people, because in the beginning, you have no idea what you're doing. But that doesn't mean that you can't, have people kind of join and do this with you. So whatever inviting method you're going to do, if you're going to do a webinar, or you're going to do a 5-day sneak peek, or, you're just going to send out Facebook messages, that, you definitely want to be in connection with your challenge group participants, inviting them after 3 weeks and saying, hey, has anyone asked you if, what you've been doing? Yeah, my uncle said something, or my aunt said something. Have you ever thought about becoming a Beachbody coach, since people are kind of asking you about it? Like, you're kind of already, doing, you're already sharing with people what you're doing, might as well kind of jump in this, and who knows, you might be able to, stay at home with the kids, or, whatever you think that they need help with, you can kind of fill in the blank for them. So whatever inviting method that you're using, you have to be consistent with it. So I've had a couple people, maybe like last month, and especially the first person I've ever invited, she actually, she's an athletic trainer too. She got on a 3-way call with me, my upline Lisa, and she was the first person I ever invited. And she finally said yes. She goes, I'm so pissed I waited 2.5 years. I said, yeah, I would be too. No, I didn't say that. But I think I made a post about like one of my paychecks, and I said, like, I'm earning as much as a Beachbody coach as I am with my full-time job. And she saw that post and messaged me right away. And she goes, all right, I need to finally just do this. And I've been inviting her probably every 3 months, whether it's to a challenge group or to a business webinar, or just checking in saying, hey, how you been? Like, how's the kid? All that kind of stuff. So unless you're really being consistent with it, you might have put some inspiration into somebody, or had someone's, wheels turning and thinking about it. And then if you didn't follow up with them or invite them again, they might just completely forget about it. But if you keep being consistent and inviting them, and keep that webinar, keep showing up in their, little notification every single month, one of those times it's going to click. So hopefully I gave you all some good information. I'll stay on if you guys have any questions.
That was amazing. Thank you. I have like a huge scribble of notes. I loved what you were saying about, you are what you attract, or you attract what you are. Like, if you're going to be willy-nilly coach, you're going to attract willy-nilly coaches onto your team. Be the person that you want to attract, and the person that you want to work with, and the person that you are excited to join your team. I think that was really amazing. I don't have any questions, but does anybody else? Maybe I'll think of one when somebody else is asking something.
And definitely, honestly, fake it until you make it. If you don't feel like you have this big, amazing team, just make posts like you have like you have this huge team behind. Nobody, people are going to just want to be around that excitement regardless, don't lie. But, if you feel like you're not there yet, just fake it until you make it. And you'll actually fake yourself into actually being that person you want to, eventually be. Like you kind of like, it rolls on each other, if that makes sense.
Love that. Thank you. So, does anyone have any questions before I kind of wrap up? Okay. Really quick, kind of like national wake up call style, like, what you're looking at me like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
I want to hear this.
Can you just share with us a little bit about like what has Beachbody done for you, and where do you see it going?
I should have this question answered right away, but I don't. No. Geez, I mean, it's honestly changed my life like 360 degrees. When I started this, I was living by myself. My husband lived about 2.5 hours away. We were seeing each other only on the weekends, and it was crazy. We were doing that for 3 years, and we were getting to the point like we are fed up. Like, how much longer can we do this for? And then poof, Beachbody came around, and we were able to move in together. We were able to get married. Now I'm going to be able to leave my full-time job. Like, it's honestly changed every aspect of my entire life. Before we got married, we only went on one vacation, and that's when we first started dating in college. And I always wanted, like, I'm huge on traveling. Like, I want to go on vacation. Like, I want to go to different places and spend that time with my husband and make those memories. And we just weren't able to financially and time-wise. It's just, there never just seemed to be enough time. But this year, like, where did we go? We went to Jamaica. We're going back to Jamaica on the Beachbody cruise. I went to Nashville. We're going to Aruba with our friends in November. Like, I'm like, wow, like, there'd be no way financially we could pay for all of those vacations. One of them is free from Beachbody, so heck yeah, I'm going to go on it. But now I can, like, actually do things with friends. Like, our friends asked us in November to go on vacation with them. And at that point, I didn't make the decision to leave my job yet. But I was like, you know what? That would be the perfect time for me to leave my job. And I just decided, you know what? We're going to go on that vacation because we can, because I don't have to be at work, because I'm going to be quitting, and we can financially afford it. So, I mean, it's honestly just changed every single aspect of my life. I don't think it's hit me yet. I told Joanna that before. I'm like, I don't think it's going to hit me until, like, I don't know, but, like, it just seems like so unreal that all this has happened in 2.5 years.
You're going to walk out of your boss's office and be like, wait, did that just happen?
I know. And I always, like, you ever, like, dream of that, like, in your head of, like, just telling your boss, I quit. And I'm like, oh, my God, I can actually do that. But I'll be nice because I actually like my boss now. But there were so many times, like, I just hated my boss, and I just wanted to quit and, like, get that out. And, like, I'm like, oh, my God, I can finally, like, just, like, breathe and feel free. And even, like, now, like, I have, like, just July off, and I'm not, like, a full teacher because I have to go back for football camp next week. But just knowing, like, I don't have to wake up to that alarm clock, like I can just, like, yeah, like, I could just breathe. Like, I just feel like I'm not so, like, stressed out. And I think that's really huge for me too, is that I can just be I can be me. Like, I don't have to be myself on, like, high tension, like, wanting to pull my hair out. Like, I can finally enjoy life and, like, sit back and just be like, all right, this is awesome. So, yeah.
So happy for you. So happy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. There's, like, a ton of nuggets in here, and I'm really, really grateful for you spending your evening and chatting with us.
Sure thing.
Yeah. Okay, we will talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks again.